moved to Mississauga 3.5 years ago, and we were clueless about almost everything. To make sure that you are well prepared, in this video I'm going to go over 7 things about Mississauga that I wish someone had told me before we started living here. Hey everyone, it's Gourav Khatri and I help people buy, sell and invest in real estate in Mississauga and the surrounding areas of the GTA. If you're in the market and need some guidance, you can book an intro call with me by clicking the link in the description down below. Now let's get into it. It takes almost an hour or an hour and a half to drive from Mississauga to downtown Toronto. And on traffic days, which is most days, it could take longer. But if you take the GO Transit, it takes less than half the amount of time. In fact, most GO Transit stations offer free customer parking on a first come, first served basis. So instead of wasting time and gas money, you could just drive to the nearest GO Transit station, park your car there and take the train to work. There are 6 GO Transit train stations in Mississauga and multiple bus stops that take you to various locations all over the GTA. Similar to TTC, Mississauga also has its own transit service provider called MyWay and operates primarily in Mississauga. However, the MyWay services do overlap at some locations with the neighboring cities so that you can connect to the other cities' transit provider. If you're paying by cash or by credit card, it costs $4 to use the MyWay buses. But when using the Presto card, you get charged only $3.10. The ticket is valid for up to 2 hours of travel, which means you can use as many MyWay buses as you'd like for up to 2 hours without having to purchase another ticket. With GO Transit, however, the ticket price is usually based on how far you want to travel. Number 2, incentives. The cost of living is pretty high in Mississauga, and life can get difficult if you're working low-paying jobs and have kids to feed too. In order to support young families, the Canadian government has come up with a program that gives you money every month to support your children. For kids up to 6 years of age, you can get paid up to $583 a month. And for kids from 6 to 17 years of age, you can get paid up to $491 a month per child. This payment amount is based on your family income. And to get the maximum amount, your adjusted family net income needs to be less than $32,797 per year. If it is higher, you would still get paid, but it just wouldn't be the maximum amount. If you're a single parent, or if both you and your spouse are working, you would normally need to put your kids in a daycare so that they can be looked after. The daycares in Mississauga could cost up to $1,500 a month. But fear not, the Peel region provides daycare subsidies to low-income families. There is a certain eligibility criteria to get enrolled in this program. But once your profile is accepted, the Peel region will pay for all or a portion of the fees directly to your licensed daycare. Apart from these major benefits, you also get small amounts of money every month for Ontario Trillium benefit, GST HST credit, etc. Again, these are based on your income, but you can usually assume another $50 to $100 every month. Number 3, fierce real estate competition. Mississauga is one of the most desirable cities to move to in the GTA, and this desirability spills over to real estate too. Due to the growing population, there's a huge housing shortage. Any property that is listed for sale or for rent gets snatched up pretty quickly if priced well. Surprisingly enough, there are now bidding wars for properties that are listed for rent. I remember when I first moved here, I looked at 2 places that were up for lease. They were spacious and priced really well for a starter family's budget. But before I could even decide, those places were leased out by the evening. Now this doesn't mean that there are no properties available at all. If you up your budget a little, like I had to, there are tons of options available. Same goes for when purchasing a home. A well-priced, well-marketed and well-situated property will attract multiple buyers. For people that already own a home, you can capitalize on this demand and get top dollar for your home. If you're a buyer, you may see this as a huge disadvantage. But if you pair yourself up with an experienced and a trusted real estate agent like me, they will not only help you navigate this market, but also make sure that you avoid overpaying for a property. While we are on this topic, if you want to understand the process of buying a home in Mississauga or the GTA in general, I've made a free comprehensive buyer's guide. The link is in the description down below. Number 4, communities. The city of Mississauga is made up of many small communities. Each community has a certain type of population demographic, amenities, traffic, and employment opportunities. Some areas are family oriented, and in some areas you will see more elderly or young professionals. It is very important to research these communities before moving here. For example, if you're a young family with little kids, you probably do not want to move into an area with busy traffic or an active nightlife. Commuting is another factor. In order to save time, most workers like to live close to their workplace, and that's why communities closest to the commercial areas are generally more populated. So you need to take into account whether you want to live in a busy and a highly populated community or a quiet and a less populated one. While Mississauga has a pretty low crime rate, there are certain areas that have a little higher crime rate than others. Now, all these factors affect the desirability of a community, which then dictates the real estate prices and the rental rates of those areas. I've made a video about the 5 best neighborhoods in Mississauga. Make sure to check it out. I'll provide a link at the end of this video. Number 5, employment. There are a lot of employment opportunities in Mississauga. Honestly, most of the people I come across are actually employed in Mississauga itself, and maybe 10 to 20% of them have to commute to other cities for work. There are jobs available in various occupations starting from minimum wage going all the way up to 6 figures and more. There's a huge demand for warehouse workers, truck drivers, IT professionals, retail and restaurant workers, security staff, and also in sales and marketing. Apart from looking online, there are also many agencies that can help you get employment. In fact, for most warehouse, retail, and restaurant jobs, the demand is so high that you could get employed within a week if you applied aggressively. There are some jobs that you cannot do without a license or a certification, such as a forklift driver, truck driver, electrician, plumber, dentist, etc. If you have the right certification, not only does your employability go up, but also your capability to make more money increases just as well. As a matter of fact, jobs that need a specific specialized certification tend to pay the most in Mississauga. Number 6, schools. There are 2 types of schools in Mississauga: public, which is free, and private, which can cost up to thousands of dollars. The education is almost the same. The main difference lies in the student to teacher ratio. In private schools, there are less students per teacher than compared to public schools, so that your child can get more attention. Your residential address will determine the public school you can send your child to. Public schools in Mississauga are very competent, but some are more so than others. Hence, it is a very good idea to research the school you want to be sending your kids to before deciding which area you want to move to. Another factor to consider is whether or not you want your kids to take up French as a first language in school, because not many schools offer a French immersion curriculum. Schools also have extracurricular activities, and just like education, some schools focus on them more than others. If you made up your mind and decided to go private, just make sure to budget for $10,000 to $20,000 a year. Private tutoring is another way to make sure that your child gets the right attention and also doesn't cost as much. Quite a few parents choose to send their kids to public schools and then opt for private tutoring to help improve their grades. Number 7, overcrowded. Mississauga has close to 800,000 residents. It is a very popular city. There are lots of amenities, shopping, entertainment, and services everywhere. But there are just as many people using those services. This can get a little annoying at times. For example, if you're at a grocery store, there will always be a lineup at the checkout lane. If you're traveling by public transit during peak hours, you will not find a place to sit. Over the weekend, most restaurants and bars will have a wait time of up to 1 hour or more. The lineup is even worse in shopping malls. The nearby cities do not offer as much when it comes to entertainment, amenities, and shopping. And that's why you see people from those cities come to Mississauga as well, as it is the next best option after downtown Toronto. However, you can shop peacefully if you go to a slightly expensive grocery store. Avoid waiting hours if you go to expensive restaurants, bars, and clothing stores. Basically, you need to pay for convenience in Mississauga. I hope you all got some value from this video. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you are looking into buying or selling real estate in Mississauga or the surrounding areas of the GTA, please feel free to contact me directly or book an intro call with me using the link in the description down below. And here's a video about the 5 best neighborhoods in Mississauga.